It's the After the Show podcast, precious.
We don't care, we're about to swear on the air. It's the After the Show, so tune in if you dare. KVJ, get risque every single day. It's uncensored. We can say what we want to say.
Oh, yeah, baby. You bet your ass you can. Welcome to the KVJ After the Show podcast. What up, and happy Thursday. Getting to that weekend. Exciting stuff. What do you got going on this weekend, Virginia?
Well, it's Easter, so It's going to be a lot of egg hunt action.
Okay.
There's going to be a lot of cooking, a lot of fun in the kitchen.
Yeah.
Magnolia was going to come home for Easter, but now she's not. So that actually makes it a lot less stressful. I don't feel like I have to plan a big brunch to go out and take the whole family to brunch, because Rocco and Panda don't care about Easter brunch.
They don't, okay.
They would rather not do it.
All right.
We already have to go to Easter Mass, and Rocco's not too happy about that.
Yeah.
So if we can minimize the financial and the family dressing up obligations, Rocco wants to go home and play on his computer.
Okay. What do you got, Bird? Anything special this weekend?
Well, today I'm pumped. We're going to St. Mary's Hospital. It's kind of starting the weekend off the right way. We're going as Captain Crust and Princess Pepperoni, and we're going with Sicilian Oven. We're going to get to feed the whole wing with kids and nurses, and we love doing this.
Yeah, they're bringing extra food to make sure all the nurses get food, not just the patients, and I love that.
That is cool.
It is. When I had my hip replacement, I can't tell you how many compliments I got from the staff after going, thank you so much for bringing pizza. That was really kind. No one ever does that. And they all got to eat. And that was Virginia did that. She was the one that facilitated. And that really does make a difference.
And I brought them Sicilian Oven.
Yeah,
when you bring a quality pizza, it's way better than bringing a Little Caesars, no offense, but when you bring Sicilian Oven, people know, okay, this is gratitude in a box.
It's great pizza, and the thing too, people usually don't go to the hospital for something fun, so they're always around a lot of heavy shit. So anything that's a little bit on the light side, I think they like that.
Okay.
Absolutely.
All right. Well, it's going to be a little bit more of a quiet weekend, I think, just because it's Holy Week, but there will be some stuff going on. I'll give you the rundown on all of that.
We got a volunteer army on Saturday morning, too.
Yeah, we do.
That's huge.
One of the big things going on, starting at 8 a.m. Can't wait to see everybody out there for that. Thank you to Bluebird Kids Health for being a part of it.
People are asking if we're here tomorrow. We are here tomorrow.
Yes.
Correct? Yeah.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, barring who knows what, but that's the plan.
Good point.
That is the plan.
Unless they drop the nukes on us, like I think they eventually will, we'll be here.
Yeah.
What? What's this shit? I didn't hear about this Easter announcement.
Aren't we at war?
Aren't we always at war personally?
Yeah. It's not a country, it's yourself.
Yeah. There's always a war going on.
I might be dropping nukes on my personal life.
Oh, I've already done that in my time.
Are you going to be having any Miss Patty's Easter pie, Virginia?
I brought some for you.
Yeah.
I'm going to get into it with you.
So what's in this aluminum foil here?
Yes.
Yeah, what's the ingredients?
It's like an egg pie. And I think there's vegetables and all kinds of fun stuff. And a homemade pie crust.
Ooh.
What makes it Easterish? It's egg. It looks like ham is in it.
Yeah, it's so good.
It smells good.
Miss Patty makes it every Easter. Oh, it's so good.
Thanks,
That's just
Miss
what makes
Patty.
it the Easter pie?
I love an Easter pie. It's like a quiche.
Yeah, it is. She's quite a little cook.
Easter will always remind me of prank phone calls, because back in the day when I was a kid, we were getting really bad prank phone calls. And my mom would usually pick up the phone and there'd be weird music playing on in the background. And it was really creepy. But that one time, my little sister, Becky, she must have been 4 or 5, answers the phone, and it was a woman. And she goes, "Hey, I hope the Easter Bunny shits in your basket," and then just hung up.
Oh my gosh.
My sister was devastated.
To your little sister?
She couldn't believe it.
Who would do that?
Couldn't believe it.
That's a story that's told every year.
Oh my gosh.
What a harsh thing to say to a child.
What an odd way to spend Easter. Let's start calling everybody.
Call kids
Right.
and then tell them you hope the Easter Bunny shits in their pants.
Well, you know, sometimes if you're a little kid, you'd answer the phone, hello, blah, blah, blah. Hope you're having a great Easter. And I hope the Easter Bunny shits in your basket, kid.
That's wild, man.
Wow.
She never let it go.
That is something.
You couldn't do *67?
Back then, I don't think we had it yet. I think it was this was pretty young. And I remember when *67, *69 came out. That was a big deal.
Yeah, that was a big deal.
Yeah, it was. That's crazy. You know you old if you know what those things mean and do.
But wasn't *69 was it that one was to block your number, one was to be able to trace the number?
Yeah, the tracing one would have come in handy with, I hope somebody shits in your Easter basket.
It fucked up for the kids who really wanted to do prank phone calls.
Yeah. Got an email here from Michelle, and, we just came off of April Fool's Day yesterday, and she said it was 28 years ago that I told my mom I was pregnant with my daughter. I found out on March 31st, and she looked at me and laughed. She's like, I get it. April Fools, Michelle.
Early April Fool.
I was like, no, why would I kid about something this serious? Mom didn't believe me, but eventually she did, because now my beautiful daughter lives in Alaska. I miss her so much.
Oh, wow. Alaska.
Yeah.
That's so far, girl. What you running from?
I hear there's not a lot of ladies in Alaska, too, so it's
you're
probably very popular.
If you're in Alaska, you're running from some dick.
You're so tired if you're a lady in Alaska.
There's so
Right.
much peen in Alaska.
Got a lot of options. A lot of options.
It's so far to have to go to get some D, though.
But if you're a woman that, let's say there was a lot of hot guys who really wanted to throw it, would you want to go to Alaska and give it an old try? Not you, the universal woman.
I'm sure there are ladies that maybe couldn't make it happen in the States and read the odds about Alaska and were like, you know what? I think I'm going to give Alaska a shot.
Yeah, because if you're a 4 and in the mainland, you go over to Alaska.
You're
are
a
you
6.
Are you a 9?
No, you're probably a 6 or 7.
I don't know. I mean, you're standing next to a moose. You got to be cuter than a moose.
You haven't seen a 4.
Yeah. You can pull that off.
4 is probably on par with a
and
moose.
I'm sure there's some lonely times where the moose look good too.
I think you got to be a special breed of person to be able to do Alaska.
I'm not built that way.
Well, the elements alone.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's kind of crazy. I mean, some of the temperatures that are there. We've got a show from Alaska. It's on our little idea sharing board, and they'll be talking about the weather there. It'll be like minus 40 or something like that.
Minus
It'd be
40?
we have like 5 feet of snow. I'm like, that's insane. It's just insane. And it's like April.
Do you just stay home?
No, they power through
I
it.
think they powered through it,
You
man.
gotta go to work in minus 40?
They work it out, yeah.
You soft, dog.
I am
it.
too soft.
That's what I was saying. I think you got to be a special breed.
When it's 50 in Florida, I'm like, brr, get out
Right.
the Ugg boots.
Yeah, we too soft for that.
We are too soft.
Uh-huh.
Oh, we're pissing our pants if it's 68 degrees out.
Trey said, after listening to the ATS yesterday, you were talking about the moon being new and possibly hollow. You've got to watch Moonfall. It's a movie based on the moon being knocked out of orbit while on a collision course with Earth. They get to the moon to discover it is a machine inside that keeps the moon in orbit and maintained by an AI kind of presence. The movie's okay, and it could have been done much better, but the idea of it is definitely interesting and something to think about.
Wow.
There you go. Yeah, I had a lot of chatter about that yesterday.
I mean, there is so much moon chit chat.
Yeah. And I saw a story yesterday, and I don't know, maybe people think that was the whole thing, man. Yesterday is so annoying. I really can't stand April Fool's Day and social media. Because for the entire day, you're just like, all right, so is this real? Is this a prank? I don't even know. It's tough enough on any given day to try to figure out what is true and what is not. And now we have a whole day where it's like, all right, you're just purposely trying to lie. So
And I don't want unfunny motherfuckers think they're funny on April Fool's Day. No.
You're right. It's a day of amateur.
there's this guy. He's from Florida, but he's a former rep. Matt Gaetz is his name. And he is kind of like in that crew. You have some of those politicians at grandstand, and they're always doing something that's clickbait worthy.
There's always a clip.
Yeah, Matt Gaetz, one of those dudes. And, I've heard several interviews with him, and a lot of it's kind of annoying, but, every now and then he just is kind of a straight shooter, and he got out of the whole game. He had some allegations and whatnot as well. So I don't know how reputable he is, but he's saying that while he was a congressman, he had a conversation with a uniformed U.S. Army officer. And what he had to say, now, again, who knows? Maybe this is a guy, I don't know that I trust him, even if it's not April Fool's. And I saw this on April Fool's. So I don't know what it is, and I didn't see a lot else about it. But that'd be a crazy thing if what he's saying is actually true, and because it's April Fool's and because of the mouth it's coming out of, nobody's paying attention to it. But here's what he had to say about this U.S. Army officer and what he told him.
Most important information will be the biologics that are not human that have been discovered. And even some of the briefings that aren't classified just need to be out in the public. I mean, I had someone come and brief me who was in a military uniform, worked for the United States Army, that was briefing me on the locations of hybrid breeding programs where captured aliens were breeding with humans to create some hybrid race that could engage in intergalactic communication. An actual uniformed member of the United States Army briefed me on that.
Some people think that's already happened, by the way.
Yeah.
They think humans are a hybrid of aliens. Now, that starts to get hairy when you start talking religion and all that stuff. And but it is a theory that's out there that, Virginia, you might be half alien, girl.
That's crazy.
Wouldn't that be insane? Yeah, he's saying that our government's in cahoots with alien races, and they're doing crossbreeding between humans and aliens.
And it's already set?
Well,
It's been going on for a while, basically, what he said. He said it was told to him by a uniformed U.S. Army officer. It was pretty matter of fact that apparently the CIA has a lot of this, what they call non-human biologics, meaning that, it's coming from a recovered crash site where there were dead aliens in the crash, and they've got all that.
Wow.
You got to keep in mind, though, when people start talking about, well, I talked to this one guy and there's no name attached to it. That could be anybody and anything. That's why I liked those hearings where you saw a face, you saw someone's ranking in the military, and you had 7 or 8 of them. They put their name and they put their credibility on the line. And if they were to lie, they go to jail or they get in big trouble. You can't lie when you're under oath like that. So to me, when you see a face and you're not hiding behind that, you could tell me something and go, I was talking to this guy, and he told me that this alien was blowing me, and it was amazing. Like, well, okay, where's the proof? It's a guy. I don't want to tell you about it.
Yeah. So I don't know. And what kind of information would he get? I don't know either. There is that, what is it, Paulina Luna? She's also from Florida, and she's really into the whole trying to get information out about UAPs and all that stuff. And she's talked a little bit about, they call it a skiff. That's where you can go in and get some classified information. But when you go in, you can't take anything out. You can't take cameras in. You can't take even a writing utensil. You get to basically just read it to get the information for yourself. And then you walk out with no proof or nothing.
Well, what if you have a bad memory and you forget half the stuff you just read?
It's too bad. That's it.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah, so that's why it's somewhat challenging to get everything out.
But there are stories you'll see where they'll interview people. Now, they could be the best actors on the planet, but these are people from the 50s and 60s. These are like old women who are telling their accounts of what happened and how people came to their house and said, what you saw, you didn't see, and we're going to hurt you and your family. And they're recalling all of these details.
And that's how they get them to stay quiet. I'm going to hurt your family.
Yes.
People are scared of that. They don't want their family hurt.
And they were two daughters of a military man who was working at Area 51, and he only told them this stuff before he died and let them know about it. And they didn't seem like they were lying. I mean, look, there's no proof to say if they were or not, but it didn't come off like they weren't asking for money.
They weren't thirst traps.
They weren't looking for any kind of headline. These were ladies in their late 80s that lived on a farm. And you go, why are they telling their story? And their stories never changed.
Interesting.
Now, Virginia had this story that came from this woman that is, I believe, a hypnotist, and she used hypnosis. And apparently there is a level that you can get to with hypnosis where you get to a deeper level of revelation that you can get with some people. And this person who had done this stuff, kind of a crazy little story that you had, Virginia, about this lady that does this hypnosis and kind of goes down to a different level.
Healing.
Yes.
With your mind.
Was her name Paulina? The lady that stopped over at my house the other day?
Her name is Dolores Cannon, and she was a real hypnotherapist who began past life regression work in the 1960s, and she later created quantum healing hypnosis technique, which aimed to access a person's subconscious or higher self. A simple hypnosis session turned into something unexplainable. Her patient began describing other lives with names, accents, and memories later proven real. That moment then led to 40 years and 45,000 sessions where people revealed the same truths, that we choose our parents before birth, Earth is a school, death isn't the end, life is a simulation. She called it the subconscious, a field where all souls connect and all knowledge exists.
Whoa.
That is what they say is when you pass away, you go into this world of consciousness, and we're all part of this big stream of consciousness. And it's crazy stuff, Virginia. You never truly die.
It's so trippy.
She said that
Here, hit this.
She said that clients would recall their past lives, extraterrestrial contact, the lost city of Atlantis, and spiritual truths like choosing parents before birth and all those other things I just mentioned. She had 19 books on these sessions that she talked about. Now, her claim does lack peer review evidence, and she's widely considered to be pseudoscience. It's
okay,
not the mainstream.
I mean, it means fake.
Aww.
Just kidding.
What they do is they'll dismiss it. And that is a big thing in this world where people are. I was actually just watching a podcast with a guy that is in charge of astrophysiology at Harvard. And so he's a credible guy, but he was the one that wrote the article that was peer reviewed. Remember on that asteroid that was coming through, and he had said it looked like it was technological, like it had a purpose and it was being driven.
It was massive.
It wasn't just space rock. It was being driven by somebody.
Yes. And so this is the guy that wrote that paper on that. That's why you know of that story, because of this guy from Harvard. But he wrote in there the technology, and a lot of the people that produce these peer-reviewed papers, they said, as long as you keep that sentence in there, we're not going to publish it, because they didn't like that, because they call this pseudoscience. And for whatever reason, they demonize certain parts of science that they don't want to talk about. They're like, we don't want to go there with aliens or anything being able to drive something. So they dismissed him. And he said, look, he's had 800 or 900 published papers. So it's not a problem for him to get his papers published. He's very well respected. But as soon as he called it technological, they're like, no, we're not doing that, even for you.
Yeah, I still get people that go, Jay Bird, you sound like a dumb fuck. Go put your tinfoil hat on. Aliens aren't real. And my old thing is, if all of this is possible, this realm, this earth, this weird floating ball in the middle of nowhere, why is this possible and nothing else is possible? That's a bit of, I don't know, arrogance, wouldn't you say?
Definitely.
Oh, no, put your fucking tinfoil. No, I'm not.
I would like to see you in a tinfoil hat.
I won't do it. I'm not dancing for you alien non-believers. You can go fuck yourself.
I believe.
You've come around.
I've come around. I think you can make a tinfoil hat sexy.
You've come around with aliens, and you've come around with ghosts, because you used to give me a hard time. But someone's a believer now.
Look, I am open to being told things that change my mind. I'm not stuck on beliefs, and I'm not going to be like that guy in the yard yelling at kids and get off my lawn. No, I am open to ideas that I could have been wrong in the past and have to change my thought.
Me too. I mean, look, none of us really know the answers. People can say they know the answers.
We don't know shit.
We don't know, and I think it's a healthy thing to change the way you think. You shouldn't think the same way you thought when you were 19 years old.
Because we have new information and new things that are coming at us, and we're like, wow, okay, let me process that. Maybe it's not what I thought it was.
Maybe one of the more convincing stories about the past lives. Have you ever heard of Dorothy Eady? She is a British woman who believes she was a priestess in ancient Egypt in a previous life. And they had done the past life regression on her, but she had these vivid memories.
Yeah.
And she would walk through these Egyptian ruins and she'd be like, that was there, that happened here, this was the name of that person. And she was rattling off stuff that had not been published yet that they knew. And she blew them away so much that she actually wound up working for the Egyptian government as a respected Egyptologist.
Wow.
Just going back on the memories that she had from her previous life and was filling in all the gaps that they couldn't figure out.
Egyptologist.
Yeah, she was respected. And it wasn't about what she learned in this life. It was about the memories she had brought with her from a previous life. Now, how she would have gotten, that's what they couldn't figure out, how she would have been privy to this information, stuff that they hadn't even published. They said, how would she, there's no way she would know any of this stuff. There's no way. And then she would tell them stuff they didn't know, and then they kind of filled in the blank with it. So let's see what happens. And it completed the story.
Wow.
Yeah, there's some crazy shit out there that we have no idea what's going on. And I always bring up my electricity example, but for the longest time, we didn't know electricity was out there, but it was we could always harness it. It was there. We just couldn't see it. We couldn't feel it. We didn't know how to harness that. What else is out there that we haven't learned to harness yet that could change not only our planet, but the universe? Hold on. Good shit. No, but I really do believe that, though.
I know you do. I think more people are coming around to that. Like, wait a minute. We don't even know what we have been through, where we've been, who we are, where we came from.
Even talking to an atheist, I would never tell someone what to believe in, especially when it comes to, what you think happens when you die. But my whole thing is, if this weird thing is possible, and you have to admit, we all show up on this planet. None of us asked to be here. We got to figure shit out in the middle of nowhere. If all this weird shit is possible, why is another realm not possible?
Dude, I get you.
Yeah, man.
Man. I know I am going to go home and smoke a bowl.
Well, there is something that just premiered at South by Southwest that's been going on in Austin, which seems like an awesome, cool little thing of just all kinds of different art and entertainment that goes on there.
That's one of the ones I want to go to. South by Southwest looked so cool.
One of these years, I'm going to do it. Well, there's a new documentary there that is showing called Capturing Bigfoot. It is by this filmmaker named Mark Evans, and it just premiered on the 12th. And the claim in this new documentary is that the famous 1967 Patterson Gimlin Bigfoot footage.
Oh, yeah. I've got a picture of that on my wall.
Yep, that you've seen. That's that one thing. In fact, that's what Will Ferrell's spoofing in Elf when he's walking. So I think everybody kind of knows what that footage is.
It's the most iconic Bigfoot picture of all time.
Totally.
Yes. Well, this whole documentary is about how it's a hoax.
Oh.
Yeah, the film presents newly discovered 16-millimeter footage shot about a year earlier showing a man in a Bigfoot costume and Robert Gimlin on horseback, which Evans believes was a rehearsal for the iconic clip. Evans says Patterson's son Clint confirmed the hoax, claiming he learned the truth from his mother and later saw his father burn the Bigfoot suit piece by piece behind their home.
Oh.
Clint had long wanted to reveal the truth, saying the deception weighed heavily on him. Now, the documentary has shaken the Bigfoot community as the Patterson-Gimlin film was widely considered the strongest evidence that Bigfoot was real.
Damn.
And my whole thing with Bigfoot is I just think Bigfoot possibly is a species that's running out of time here on Earth that we haven't, there's still species out there that are barely hanging on. Bigfoot could just be that. It could be just some giant ape-like creature that's not around that often. Now, is it one of those things that's trying to fuck you in the tent? I don't know. I can only hope.
Where's your tent?
I'm saying you always hear these stories of people were in a tent and then Bigfoot came in there and he was sucking his dick.
That's what Bigfoot does?
That's what the person
I
does.
saw that in the Jack Link commercial. That'd have been something.
But
Real meat.
I think
Bigfoot.
Wow, yeah.
I think there's stories like that.
It's a different kind of meat.
Take my meat.
That could be folklore, but also there's many different kind of primates that are gigantic that, that they're kind of dying off. So Bigfoot, from a certain point of view.
Yeah.
All right, I'll shut the fuck up.
Anything's possible.
That's all you got to say to me. Then
Yeah.
I'll kind of shut up.
So they were saying it's been a death blow to the Bigfoot movement. We got this interesting email from Lillian. We were talking about the jaw tension maneuver that apparently just releases all this stress. You looked into it, Virginia. It didn't seem like a lot of people were willing to do it.
Well, I had two professionals, a chiropractor and a dentist, tell me that unless I had TMJ, they didn't feel comfortable performing this on me. And the dentist got more specific. She said that it hurts. And so you really have to medically have it necessary to go through this because it's going to hurt.
Right, okay.
And she doesn't want to do it on somebody who's not needing it.
Well, maybe you just need to find a different person to do it. And apparently a lot of people were really in it. Now, the Leanne Rimes, who had it done, and then she started sobbing. It was a guy from something called the Human Garage. I'd not heard of before the Leanne Rimes. But Lillian is saying it is legitimate and it works. She said, I've been going through over 2 years of healing through functional medicine. I was cognitively declining at 24 years old.
Whoa.
I had to drop out of law school. I was having significant memory lapses throughout the day. I couldn't drive more than 2 minutes down the road without falling asleep.
Whoa.
I couldn't hold a conversation with someone for more than a couple of minutes before I would forget what we were talking about. Sometimes I couldn't understand what a fork was used for. I couldn't shower alone due to falling. My muscles were extremely weak, and my medical alert service dog was so upset and anxious because she kept telling me something was wrong, but I didn't know what to do.
Oh my gosh! Imagine if you would have given her a spork. That would have. If you don't know what a fork is, a spoon with a
What is
fork.
this?
Like, oh my gosh,
So confusing.
that would have messed with you.
My family doctors and I thought my narcolepsy was getting more severe, but my boyfriend, Ryan, heard functional medicine through a Facebook group. It's about getting to the root causes instead of treating the symptoms. He thought maybe if my body was in perfect health, my narcolepsy symptoms wouldn't be as bad. Not only was he right, but he saved my life.
Wow.
My mom found a functional doctor in Rhode Island. I'm in Eastern Massachusetts. It was called Functional Mind. You don't have to be a real doctor to be licensed as a functional doctor, but mine is a doctor of osteopath and a psychiatrist, which is an amazing combination.
Okay, so he's a DO and a psychiatrist. That takes a long time to go to school to get all that.
I bet. It says that the diagnostic testing showed I had severe mold toxicity.
Mold toxicity. Kevin, I just told Magnolia yesterday, you're going to get mold toxicity tested because she has a lot of those symptoms, not that severe.
Okay.
Mold toxicity is real, and a lot of people are functioning with it, and they're like, what's the matter with me? Why am I always sick? It could be mold toxicity.
Mags, it might fucking kill you. Just try not to think about it.
I told her yesterday, go get a urine test and have them, because it's very easy to do. A urine test will tell you if you have mold toxicity in you.
Yeah, I wonder if I got it. Maybe that's why I'm just
Dude.
the way I am.
I would, if I was feeling shitty, I would do this because it's one of those things that people have no idea they have going on in their body, but it causes a bunch of yucky symptoms, and you keep going on antibiotics because you have, like, sore throat, coughing, headaches, and you're like, what is the matter with me? Sinus infections, and then they keep coming back and coming back. It's mold toxicity, possibly.
But let's say Kevin stays at an Airbnb for 5 days and it's got, holy shit, molds galore. Is 5 days enough to get Kevin sick, or does this have to be going on for years and years?
I don't know. I'm not a fucking doctor.
Well, I wasn't really talking to you. I was talking to the...
I don't know how quick you can get it. And then if you get it, does it just stay with you?
Well, I guess my whole thing is how long do you have to be exposed to it until you're figgity fucked?
Sure, and then I would assume once you get out of that environment, then it would be better. I think that a lot of people probably have this. They're living in an environment day in and day out, and they're not getting away from it.
Well, we come to work in the same place every day, and then we go home and we sleep in the same place every night.
Right.
Dude, she's
That's
not
horrifying.
gonna be happy until you tell her she has mold. Just
You
tell
got
her
mold, Virginia.
Tell her she's dying.
No, I feel fine. I'm worried about Magnolia, and I'm worried about other people that have all these symptoms, but they can't figure out what's the matter.
What scares you more, a full moon or mold?
Mold toxicity.
No, full moon, it affects everybody.
Okay.
Full moon sensitivity. I don't want, no offense, but I don't want Mags on the road.
Lillian also had small intestinal bacteria growth, mast cell activation syndrome. She said eating food was causing me to throw up and faint.
Yes, Mags had that.
Candida overgrowth in my GI tract and parasites.
Oh, cool.
I also sustained brain and liver damage from my mycotoxins.
Mycotoxin testing. That's what it's called, and it's a urinalysis.
All right, well, that's about my gross fill for the day. I'm waiting for also worms out of the anus.
But this just goes to show you what we've always said. If you've got symptoms, you have to be your own advocate, and you have to go keep doing the testing until you figure out what is wrong with you and you find somebody that knows how to fix you. Because until she found functional medicine, she probably wasn't getting the answers. They probably kept giving her a Z-Pack, and I hope your sinus infection clears up.
She said the reason my symptoms blew up like an A-bomb is because I developed a dysfunctional nervous system. I was always in fight, flight, or freeze. I couldn't do anything without feeling like I was being chased by something that was going to kill me.
Oh, my God.
That sucks, man. I'm sorry you went through all that shit.
She said it was exhausting to sleep.
Whoa.
This is all caused by a nervous system that is fucked up from trauma being stored instead of released. You store the trauma in your fascia, which is not your face, your fascia, which is what they were talking about with the jaw release. And this is something that Human Garage does. You turn your body and press your tongue against your cheek while you hug yourself. It takes 10 to 15 minutes. And after my first release, I sobbed uncontrollably for 15 minutes. It was incredible.
Oh, my gosh.
My body is now calmer, so it can start to finally heal.
I am bringing Magnolia to Rhode Island. Where is this place?
Just stay away from my family. They're kind of assholes.
Eastern Mass.
Eastern Mass.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
They have it there. How about that, huh? All right.
It's amazing.
Okay.
Well, I'm glad they're better.
Yeah, me too.
I'm sorry. When I hear just all those ailments, I have to make a joke or two. If not, no, it's my security blanket.
I get it.
Yeah.
You're a silly guy.
I can't. It's too much.
Silly guy's gonna silly.
Do have a question here from Chili and Danny Bear. A little shout out to Jaber for killing it through his hip surgery.
Whoop, whoop.
Our brother-in-law is scheduled to get one. We want to do a care package for him. What would you recommend we put in it?
Honestly, just things you know that person likes where they don't have to go out and get them. I know my friends brought me over some certain snacks that I didn't have to worry about getting. A couple of people brought me some, some weed.
We know.
Yeah, just things that you know that person likes. Because it is tough. It's a weird thing. You get to leave that day typically. So everyone thinks you're fine, but you're healing. Your body is healing. Like my body is still healing right now, and I have good days and I have bad days, and I'm not going to be completely normal till about June. I mean, I'm getting better and I feel so much better, but even today I'm a little extra sore than I was yesterday, and they said you'll have good days and bad days, but the great thing, I can tell the arthritis is gone. These are just from the surgery, I feel like.
Okay, this is healing from being cut open.
Cut open, yeah, my scar's still there, so yeah, just if you have a little bit of patience with me, I promise I'll be doing crazy shit again. and jumping and doing all that.
Just not yet.
Well, I just keep getting emails from people. My dad got a hip replacement. He was at work in 4 days. He was a welder. Oh, why are you faking?
You're a bitch.
And I'm just like, I fucking hate reading emails. Get off my ass.
Do you know who this Jen Shaw is?
Oh, yeah.
A 52-year-old from Real Housewives of Salt Lake City.
So she was running a scam, and she had this big business, and what they would do is they would scam old people. They would scam vulnerable people, telling them they were going to create a website for them and market their business, and they would just bilk them for money, bilk them for money, bilk them for money. It was all a big, huge scam. She was found guilty, and then she was sent to jail. Mm-hmm. And I believe that she's out now, but she's on like home confinement with an ankle monitor.
Yeah.
She's a bad girl.
Okay. Well, she was talking about how she had served prison time with Ghislaine Maxwell. And apparently she has some insight as to how Ghislaine feels about the whole Jeffrey Epstein death trial and her involvement with it and what she did to put herself behind bars. Here's this Jen Shaw.
She made it very publicly known, well, at least to, Elizabeth and I, that there's no remorse there. And again, I obviously don't know all the details of the case or whatever, but I mean, we know enough. It was a lot when the victims would be on TV and talking. She was just complete disregard for them.
Okay. She had no remorse, she says.
I'm not surprised. I think Ghislaine Maxwell is the devil. But so is Jeffrey Epstein.
Sure.
But so is Ghislaine. She helped
together.
him. And there was others. He had other women that helped him. Because women trust other women, and that was what he figured out. If he got women to help him, he could actually procure more victims.
Yeah, I was even watching, I forget, it might have been the Christopher Wilder case, and that's the guy that came through all South Florida. He'd kidnap young teenage girls and promise a world of modeling. But what he would do sometimes is he would kidnap one, and if he didn't kill her, he'd keep her alive and obviously scare the fuck out of her, watch her from a distance, and she would recruit other girls to become a model because it was a girl that was their age saying, hey, you want to become a model? That's the guy. He's really cool. To a point where the police thought the one girl that was helping him, who was a victim, was part of his plan. So they thought she was a criminal.
Oh, my God.
I know. And she was just a victim as well. But that's a big ruse they use, another woman to help lower the defenses.
It works.
Mm-hmm. Now, this was an odd interview that took a bizarre turn. I'm not aware of these fighters. There's Deontay the Bronze Bomber Wilder, who is an American professional boxer and former WBC heavyweight champion. And he went on with Piers Morgan to promote his upcoming fight against Derek Chisora.
Let me guess, there was a fight with him and Piers.
Well, the segment got interrupted by Chisora, who called Morgan a C-bomb and demanded to move on. Wilder, who had previously fought Chisora, was not interested in discussing Tyson Fury, the topic that had been the focus of the interview. Now, this is all about a fight they have coming up at London's O2 Arena, but what he started talking about, people are like, dude, way too much information, and how do you even know this? He talks about how his child was conceived, and is this even medically possible? Here is the wild clip from Deontay the Bronze Bomber Wilder.
So you've got 7 children, like you said.
Yeah, man.
One is your daughter, Naya, who was born with spina bifida. What impact has that had on your life and your feelings as a father?
It had a strong impact on my life because I chose to keep her. Her mother didn't. Her mother tried to set me up, to have the baby. She ejected my sperm in her and ran in the bathroom and locked the door, and that's how we had her.
Really?
Yeah.
So he's saying that she just injected the sperm and that's how she got pregnant.
So, I mean, I'm going to ask a stupid question. Does that work?
Yeah.
It does. So you could take, let's say you have a condom and there's,
If you're ovulating and you figured out the exact time.
Listen to how he talks about it, how she actually got his DNA material.
Truth be told, she don't even know I know this.
Wow.
But I'm telling it to the world.
How do you know that?
this particular time, she chose that she wanted to have a baby by me because I was the best thing that ever came into her life. Most of her relationships only last for 2 months or whatever because she was a promiscuous woman.
She was a promiscuous woman.
Are you sure that can? I don't know if that can work. V.
I think it can work.
I think if you take sperm from a condom and then you try to insert it in yourself, I don't know.
Well, he wasn't. That's not what she was doing. Here's.
I still don't think that works.
Here's what she did.
I didn't know it at the time. I only found out this thing by reading her journal. She didn't know that I read her journal either.
Now, he would say that he would not keep it in. He would pull out, and it would be on her stomach. And then she scooped it all up off her stomach and went running into the bathroom. And then all of a sudden, she gets pregnant. He's like, because I wasn't keeping it in. I was putting it on her stomach, and then I saw her take it off, and then she goes running into the bathroom, and then all of a sudden, she winds up pregnant.
Well, it's probably that they got pregnant because cum does come out before you actually ejaculate.
Yeah, I don't think anybody thinks that this guy is a reproductive genius.
Well, but there have been women that have done that.
Well, people are saying, Bird, that's how IVF works. That's not an IVF clinic, not from a...
But all you need is live, active sperm, which right after a man ejaculates in your mouth or in a condom, the sperm are in there, they're still alive. And as long as there's no spermicide in said condom, I think you can turkey base that shit out.
Turkey base, first of all, is a different thing I think you can do. I'm talking, if you're doing something at a medical facility, I get how this can work. If you're hooking up with somebody and you're spitting it or you're doing anything like that, isn't there something that when it hits the air, isn't there a lot of things that have to happen?
No.
And your chances are probably so super low
if
for
it's
this.
Still warm, hot, active sperm, I think you can make it happen. You got to work quick and you got to know what you're doing.
Your Honor, I would like to challenge this call on Virginia, and I would like to see what are the percentages of this working? First of all, it's harder to get pregnant than you think. Second of all, to take it and it insert and ejaculate in a woman, and you are not at an IVF clinic, and you're now doing what the medical doctors would do.
You could do it with just a syringe with no needle. You could do it with a little like the plunger part without the needle.
He's basically saying turkey baster, I think.
Turkey baster, yeah.
It says, yes, women can perform self-insemination at home to get pregnant using donor sperm.
Lesbians do it, bruh.
I know lesbians do it.
They invite some dude over and they're like, all right, give us the juice.
I get that. I understand how sex works, and what I'm saying is I'm going to trust a clinic over a situation in a hotel room.
Of course. But if you're trying to trick a guy and you want to have his baby because he's an athlete, this could be a way that girls could do it.
If he gives you his donation on your stomach and you hop up out of the bed and run right in there.
And quickly collect.
Yep.
And then insert.
Yep. I think it's a low probability, if anything.
Look, it's going to have to be fast and you're going to have to be lucky, but it only takes one swimmer to make it happen.
It says the success rates for home insemination are generally lower than those for clinic-based treatments.
Of course.
But it says generally lower. So it's definitely not impossible. I don't know if anybody has the exact rates and numbers, but.
This shit sounds suspect as fuck.
I believe it.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I believe it can be done. Now, probably it's harder to do.
Yeah.
But if you got a crafty bitch that wants to get pregnant, I believe this can be done. And before you even know what just happened, you could be tricked into being a daddy.
Look, if I'm wrong, I will say I'm wrong.
If he's using the pull-out method, you're an idiot.
Yes.
That's not the way to prevent pregnancy. If he's getting a blowjob and she keeps the semen in her mouth and then goes and transfers it into a syringe with no needle or a plunger or a turkey baster, and then she puts that up her vagina and inserts that fresh hot semen, she can absolutely get pregnant. Fight me.
Yeah.
No, I'm not fighting you. to me, as an outsider looking in, this does not sound like how she got pregnant. I would be shocked if she got pregnant this way. I'm not saying it didn't happen.
Well,
I'm open to changing my thoughts.
In this guy's scenario, the fact that he had his penis in her vagina, that's most likely how it happened.
But I think, to me, the whole lesson here, it is possible, fellas.
Exactly.
So understand that this could be a case, and you may have a girl that winds up pregnant. You're like, going, that honestly should be impossible. And if she wanted to have your baby bad enough, just realize she could do things at home to get pregnant, even if you don't do what is normally necessary to have a baby.
Right.
So that's what's kind of wild.
Chat room's not helping out for shit. Half of them say there's no way this is possible. Other people are saying it is possible. I don't know what to believe. We have to try it.
We have to try it. 1, 2, 3, not it.
Yeah, there's several articles on it. You can go to motherandbaby.com. It gives a whole step-by-step on everything you need to know for self-insemination. There's several ones on home insemination and what you got to do. So definitely possible.
That website got taken down for lies. No, it didn't.
I think people do this at
There's
home.
like 10 of them that have.
It's way cheaper than IVF.
Thompson Medical, Seattle Sperm Bank, Cryos International. Yeah, they all tell you how to do home insemination.
And whether you're doing it for, like you're on the up and up, like you're 3 consenting adults and 2 of you are lesbians and 1 of you is a straight guy and you extract his semen and you do it there and everybody's consenting, it can be done. But I think it can be also done by somebody who's tricky, who keeps the sperm in her mouth.
Yeah, all I'm saying
doesn't swallow.
All I was saying is if you're intentionally doing this, I think it's possible. This scenario is, there's a blowjob involved, and then she kept it in her mouth, and then we're spitting it. The bird's out on that one. I'm sorry. I want to hear more information. We can revisit this tomorrow.
Swimmers live. Like, they don't die right away.
You act like I don't know about cum.
Well, you act like I haven't had 2 kids.
Somebody texted in, they said, I had a boss who was married to a woman, and they had a friend give some sperm, and they did it with a turkey baster they bought at the Dollar Tree, and it worked the very first time.
There you go.
Crazy, huh?
I get that.
So somebody can turkey baste themselves, just like they can turkey baste with a consenting man. You can do it sneaky in the bathroom.
All right, look, I'm wrong. You can get pregnant from a turkey baster. I am folding. I'm a jive turkey. I'm out.
Okay. Eye-opening, educational. I had no idea.
Just make sure she swallows, guys.
I guess,
the one thing I do agree with
you gotta check that mouth.
The thing I agree with Virginia, the pull-out, y'all are living in la land if you think the pull-out method is going to, I swear, man, none of it, dude.
It's a matter of time.
It's a matter of time.
Mm-hmm, yeah. Somebody said, I wonder if anybody lets their kids listen to the podcast. We told you before, do not. It's not created for children.
We have said this is 18 and over.
If you do, that's on you.
We'll say it again.
That's it, y'all. So there you go. All right. Never know what we're going to get into around here. It's usually not for children.
What I heated debate.
Oh, we got into it.
I think I lost.
All right, we'll always love to hear your comments and stories. Mail at kvjshow.com. Have an amazing day. We'll see you back here for Friday. Goodbye.